A warm, warm welcome to my live stream. Yay! So happy to connect with you today. And today we want to speak about something very special. We want to speak about the Neptune Saturn conjunction. And yeah, a warm, warm welcome to everybody. And this is really amazing. Today I want to go with you back. And we will discover a lot of things in this live stream. So be prepared. There's a lot to talk about. And and the most important is around 800 years ago. What happened when there was a Saturn Neptune conjunction in the sign of Pisces at nearly the same degrees like this year? This is totally amazing. So be prepared. We will dive deep today. So Saturn meets Neptune this year exactly in a conjunction at February the 20th in the sign of Pisces, around 6 degrees. And this is when we look from a greater perspective, the start of the zodiac in Vedic astrology. Because the fixed stars, they slowly move backward, and we don't start at 0 point in Aries. The right start of the zodiac is around 5 to 6 degree in the sign of Pisces. So we have something really amazing. And I checked in my software, when happened this again? And it's really very long ago when this happened. It happens around in the year 376, I think, nearly exact, but also in the year 1200. But we will really dive deep. What has to happen that Saturn and Neptune are in a conjunction? Saturn needs around 30 years for one round, you can say, around the zodiac. And Neptune needs 165 years around for the cycle of the zodiac. And they meet together at every 36 year, you can say, but not exactly at the same position. Maybe Neptune needs about 12 years in one sign, so he moves really slowly from one sign to another sign. And so every quarter of the zodiac, they meet together at around 36 years. And this means this is around 90 to 100 degrees. And the last time they met together was in the sign of Sagittarius. And I will slowly go back to 800 years ago. This is really important, but we will start slowly. So what happened around 36 years ago? This was around the year, I have to check it out, all my dates, 1989. This was in Sagittarius. And this was the year, the fall of the Berlin Wall. So important. The fall of the Berlin Wall. I'm from Germany, so for me, it was really amazing. And it was the end of the Cold War. So Saturn and Neptune, they bring something totally new. And it was the start of the World Wide Web. So this is really important. Saturn is always about a reality check. Saturn speaks about form. Saturn speaks about structure. Saturn speaks about the system. And Neptune? Neptune stands for the dream, the fog. You can't see it clearly, but also for the higher octave of spirituality. And so this is really an amazing mix, you can say. when those Neptune is flowing in the air, you can say, nothing really to grasp, but Saturn is strong structure. So this is really a collision when they come together. And the effect is often that illusions burst and that the dam breaks. This is the end often of the lie, the unmasking, the dissolution. The fog clears and the lies are exposed. And what are we experiencing this year? Those amazing Epstein files and the release of those files. This is really very, very amazing what is happening right now. And what we also can expect, but I will speak later about this year, is a lot of storms and earthquakes. Because it's also mixed with a solar eclipse, you might know. We have in 3 days a solar eclipse and also Mars, Rahu come together. But now let's check what happened the last time, 1989. Like I told you, the fall of the Berlin Wall, the end of the Cold War, and the World Wide Web was born. Now let's go deeper back. And we go back to the year 1952. This was also a quarter back in the zodiac, you can say, in the sign, not Sagittarius. Now we are in Virgo. What happened 1952? The conjunction of Saturn and Neptune in the sign of Virgo. This was the start of the NSA, the National Security Agency, was formed. And with this, the secret state control was formed. This is Neptune. Neptune is fog. You cannot see it clearly. This is about secrets, yes. And Saturn speaks of a system that it creates. So this is amazing. And some people say this National Security Agency is also called No Such Agency because it was so secret and it was about technical surveillance and wiretapping. So there was a lot of control installed when Neptune and Saturn meet together 1952. And it was also the year of Elizabeth II, the English queen. She ascended to the throne. So this was also very important. And you know, she was a long-living queen. Very important. And Joseph Stalin, you might know him, the man of steel, also called in Russia or in the Federation there. And he died at this year. And Neptune is often connected with death, often with something not so clear, the reason of the death. So that is important. Then we have to check another conjunction of Saturn and Neptune. This was not an exact conjunction, but very important. This was in the year 2008. We can say it was in the year 2007 and 6. But 2008 was the result. It was the stock market crash, September, October 2028. So 2008. So this was very important because the Neptune, Saturn, this was an opposition. Saturn was in Capricorn and Neptune was in Cancer, happened 3 times because you might know planets also move retrograde. Saturn moves retrograde, Neptune moves retrograde. So when they meet exactly and then they move retrograde and then move also forward, they can meet several times. And this happened 3 times in the year 2026 in June, in August in 26, in February in 2027, and also in June, the year 2007. So 3 times Saturn and Neptune in opposition, they meet. And this was also the reason why the stock market crashed. And with Neptune in Cancer, Cancer is the sign of real estate, of a home. So it was the real estate crisis, the amazing real estate crisis. So you can see this is all connected very, very deeply. But now let's go further back. Because now I spoke about Sagittarius, I spoke about Virgo, and now we will really look when happened a conjunction of Saturn and Neptune in the sign of Pisces. And this was in the year 7003. What happened there? There was the conjunction in the lunar mansion Revati. This is not at the beginning of Pisces like this time now, 2026. It was further, but it was also very important. And what happened in this year, 7003? There, the worst storms in history happened in Europe. Many buildings, many buildings were destroyed. And in England, in Netherlands, and in Germany. And in London, a lot of houses, they crashed down because of this storm. And there were 13 warships. They were all smashed. And about 2,000, 3,000 sailors drowned till this worst storm in Europe. So very important. So the sign of Pisces is connected to storms and to really great weather experiences, you can say. So next, when this conjunction happened in the sign of Pisces, and this was around 3 degrees. You can say really similar to what we experience now. And this was around 800 years ago. It was in the year 1201. And there, what happened there? This was the fourth crusade happening there. You might know this. This was a holy religious war, you can say, and it ended in chaos. And there was a moral decay of institutions. And does something hit inside of you, what we are experiencing right now, this moral decay of institutions? You see it in the Epstein files. We see very clearly what happened there. So, yeah, that is so important. It was in 800 years ago, it was the fall of empires. The Byzantine Empire, you might have heard about it. I'm not sure if I speak it correctly in English, but very important. But there was also something another important, not only this moral decline, you can say, it was also, and the fall of the empires, but it was around when Francis of Assisi, you might have heard about him. He was very important. And now I really connect with Francis of Assisi right now. This was the birth of a new radical spirituality. Maybe we will experience something similar right now. The second coming back of Jesus. But Jesus told us he will not come back as a person. He will come back as an awakening process in ourselves, that we remember we are Jesus inside. We have the same possibilities like he had. So this is really important. So Francis of Assisi, this was a time when a lot of old broke down in chaos. The empires broke down, but something new, a new spirituality awakens. And we will see something similar this year. So important. And something else happened there. This was the Fibonacci. You might know the Fibonacci number and the Fibonacci spiral. And this was the time, sorry, this was the time of the introduction of the zero and modern calculation. So important. A new system started there. You might remember I spoke about the World Wide Web started in the year 1989. But this was a calculation of a new era. So very important. And what we will see this year, we will see that the history will return from the year 1201. So this is important, very important. And we see now also the institutional loss. The people don't trust those institutions anymore. And we see them, they don't trust in banks anymore. They don't trust in church so much. And I don't trust in politicians and in states. So those old structures, they break down. And this disinformation and this fake news, we cannot trust anything in the mass media. So this is really, and the collective confusion, this we also see. So very important times. And this is also very strong because we have short before this conjunction on February the 20th, we have a solar eclipse. We have a solar eclipse in the 12th house from this conjunction. So this also speaks about something old is breaking down. And we will see this will happen with, with a lot of fiery energies, because Mars meets Rahu there also. So this is intense. It speaks about war. I'm so sorry to tell you this, but it must not happen, war, because we are always the ones who decide how to play those energies out. But we see that a lot of people, those people who really feel this is, it's now about all or nothing, they will play out the last card. So not so easy. Yes, but I don't see that the world will end in destruction. I don't see it in any way. So I have to say this. I see something new is beginning. This is point zero. So don't be afraid. Something new starts here. It starts always with the destruction of the old. So don't worry, it will go on. The play will go on. So now I have to check your comments. I haven't read them till now. And sorry, I have to just, I'm a little bit tired. For me here in Germany, it's late in the evening, not too late, but I'm standing up very early at 4 o'clock. And so it's for me a little bit late. The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, why whole body shall be full of light? Okay. Holy, holy, holy. Every religion there is love, yet love has no religion. Rumi, very nice. Yes. If you have any question, you can ask me your questions. June 2007 was when we bought our home. Oh, amazing. When Neptune was in Cancer. Okay. Sound familiar. Good evening, Sylvia. Good evening, Marianne. Marianne. My spirit returned to my body when I coded to be here for this moment in time. Okay. um, so if you have any question, you can ask me your question. Joke, but my parents' names Mary and Joseph. Oh, fine, very fine. We will have some trials, but something better is on the other side. Yes, something very interesting. It's happening from a consciousness perspective. Tell us the story of choosing the name Suryodaya. Amrita. Okay, I will tell you. I just check out what others are writing here. Okay, my name comes from a master, spiritual master. He gave the second name Suryodaya to me. And Suryodaya means the rise of the sun in the morning. And that is so perfectly because in the morning, this is my high time, because I'm full of energy every morning when I stand up, stand up. So, yes, this is the right name. He chooses the right name for me. So, and also with numerology, it matches perfectly my energy. This is often not the case with numerology, but in that case it is. So why you are giving? What do you mean? I don't understand. Not sure if you know much about the Lunar New Year, but how does the astrology tie into the lunar year fire horse? Oh, the fire horse is, I think it is China astrology. This is not about Vedic astrology. I'm speaking about Vedic astrology. But the fire horse speaks about a lot of things are happening in 2026. And this also speaks about a new beginning. In Vedic astrology, we have Ashwini is the first lunar mention, and Ashwini is also connected to a horse. So there is some yes, some something that is quite the same. Sorry. Good night, ma'am, from India. Yes, I think in India it's also evening. So, what will replace the crumbling system? That's the good question, Catherine. And we have really to understand we all have to create the new. Only by waiting that somebody will create something new that will not really bring so much new things in our life. We have to understand we create our reality. And if we want to live in a reality where a lot is going on and a lot of new systems are beginning to start, so we have also to start something new. We have to be part of the process. If we are not part of the process by thinking, oh, I let everybody do everything, but I'm only watching, this does not really function. Because when you understand everything is energy and you have to act energy out to experience it, then you have to bring yourself in in the new system and do something that is compassion, create a own business maybe, or create a garden with flowers and vegetable and so on, what you really want to create, or paint perfect pictures. Yes, we have to do the things we want to see in this new world, so that's important. Yes, 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 yes. Ashwini, the white horse. Kalki arriving. Yes, you can say it. But I was named by my older sister when she spotted the bird. Oh, nice. We only co-create our reality. Yes, 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 we are also part of a collective, you can say, but you are always independent. You are always totally independent from another collective. Yes, this is freedom because you are free. Everything in universe is free. It is all about what you choose. And this means there are a lot of different realities. So, and these are completely systems, completely universes. They are a complete universe. If you change your reality, you do not only shift a small timeline, you shift the universe. So important, so important to understand. Time to choose a new collective. Yes, you should do it, but you can only do it not only here in your brain and your thinking process. You have to do it by acting it out like you are in this new reality. This connects you energetically to this other reality. This is your bill, you can say, or your ticket, your ticket. We need people to show more love and caring. You only have to do it for yourself. You have to understand when we always say, oh, we need these new people and this, and we need so much. Oh, too much, forget it. No, do it by your own. Yes, give yourself love and give love to the earth and to everything here. This changes everything. So, when do you think the EU will stop existing? I think soon, Marianne. I'm also looking forward to the present leaders to go. Yes, I also hope that the present leaders in Germany they will go. It's really a mess with them. I think all over Europe they are a mess. So, yeah, not only in Europe, you can say also in the United States. Yeah, a lot is happening. So, are there further questions? If there are no questions, I cannot tell you more about this, and you can also learn a lot with me together. You can learn Vedic astrology. You can learn to activate your psychic abilities, your mediumship abilities. I have an online course. It started in January, and you can be part of it. We don't start it always, but now you can start with us. And this is really a beautiful group. We have their live course where we meet together with Zoom and make exercises together, meditations together. This is really so uplifting. So if you want to be part, you can send me an email. We can check out how we can help you. Everyone is a mirror. Yes, that's true. I live my life, but my family is not awake yet. It feels so heavy to talk about it. Don't talk about it with your family, Marianne. Talk to people you like-minded people. I have in Germany an event on the end of March, the 28th of March. And there we meet together as a group, and there you can connect to people. If you speak German and if you want to come, you can come, Marianne. And you also can go in my Telegram group. Sorry, there are not so many people there. It's a small group, but you can maybe connect to them. When do you think, yes, the EU. I don't have the horoscope of the EU directly in front, so I'm not so sure. But I think they have a lot of planets in the sign of Pisces, and now with Saturn and Neptune, this means that something is breaking down. I think so. I might have missed this as I joined a little late, but I was feeling a collective grief and density a few days ago. Could this be related to the current astrological alignments? Totally, totally. Yes, You can feel really this heaviness, and we are going straight forward. We have in 3 days a solar eclipse in the sign of Aquarius, and there Rahu is connected to strong Rahu energies. So this is really not so easy. My German is not so good. I do speak English. Yes, you can check out my Telegram group in my English Telegram channel. So maybe you can find somebody. It's time for some sleep for you. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So I think we have spoken about everything. And maybe if you came later to this live stream, check this live stream from the beginning, and also check my new channel, channeling. I released it yesterday or the day before. I'm not so sure. Yesterday. It was really amazing. Your English is getting better. Yes, I think so. Today it's a little bit better. Sometimes it's about the energies. So, yeah, and check my online courses. They are really amazing. And I love you.